And there was one last paragraph in the previous chapter that I want to comment on. I'll just read it again. Even as the essence exists in all things, as oil exists in sesame seeds, as aroma exists in flowers, the faculty of objective perception exists in the perceiver. And I was wondering what this faculty of objective perception is. I don't know what the original Sanskrit word is. We tend to think of objective as the opposite of subjective. But I think here the faculty of objective perception is just the tendency to see objects. And even as the dream objects are experienced only by the dreamer, the objects of perception are experienced by the perceiver. I think this faculty of objective perception is tied in with what I call the cognitive process. It's a natural part of being, this tendency to objectify things, to parcel things up, and to create relationships between them. So it's a natural tendency. And I suppose when we think in terms of dream objects being experienced by the dreamer, one of the questions we consider is, what is the relationship of the dreamer to the dream objects? It's a very intimate one, isn't it? And the last sentence, just as from a seed the sprout arises in due time, this potentiality becomes manifest as the notion of creation. So this cognitive process is actually what gives rise to creation. It gives rise to our relationship with the world. I'm just wondering if we can use that term, relationship with the world, in place of the term creation. That relationship with the world presupposes that there is me and that there is a world out there that I'm relating to. And it's this presupposition that needs to be eradicated. It is more intimate. It's more what we might call our relationship with the world is more like the relationship of the dreamer to the objects of the dream. And this is what is meant by creation, I think. We'll see how that works in practice. So the premise here is then that we need to get rid of that underlying preconception that there is me here and there's a world out there. That's what we need to tackle. So let's press on with section 2, chapter 2. The Yoga Vasistha is getting into full swing now. We're going to have a very typical story now, and it can be quite baffling. The stories in the Yoga Vasistha are very strange, and this is because we normally try to understand them with our intellect. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's one way of engaging with it, but the result is going to be that we're going to be rather baffled by these stories. The stories are really addressed to our sense of being, and if you've got a sense of your own being, it might be worth trying to be in touch with that as we listen to these stories, and there's more chance if we're in touch with our own sense of being then that something will resonate. Vasistha continued, there is a holy man named Akasaja, which literally means born of space. He is in constant meditation and has the welfare of all at heart. He had lived for a long time when death desired to devour him. When death approached him, it had to struggle with a fierce fire that protected the holy man. Even after fending this off, death was unable to touch him. Bewildered by this extraordinary and unprecedented event, death went to Lord Yama, who presides over the destinies of mortals, and questioned him, "Pray, Lord, tell me why it is that I'm unable to grasp him." There was a section earlier on, a passage earlier on, where Rama goes on about how time devours everything, even the gods. Well, it seems here we've got a holy man who somehow has got round this. Yama answered, "In fact, O death, you do not really kill anyone. Death is really caused by one's own karma, or the fruition of one's own action. Hence, discover this man's fatal karma." So there's a point. Death hasn't really got any power whatsoever. It's actually a result of our own past actions. So Yama's suggesting to death that all he can do is find out what this holy man's past actions were, and the cause to his death will be in them. Even as no one can find the whereabouts of a barren woman's son, death could not discover the holy man's karma anywhere in the world. The notion of a barren woman's son is quite common in the Yoga Vasistha. But anyway, death couldn't find the holy man's karma anywhere. He couldn't find any trace of his actions. He reported this to Yama. Yama said, "O death, this holy man Akasaja was truly born of space and has no karma at all. He is as pure as space. Hence he has incurred no karma which can help you grasp him or devour him. Even as a barren woman's son, this holy man is not born. He had no previous birth. He had no previous birth karma either, and therefore he has no mind. Hence he has not even committed a mental action which could bring him within your reach. He is nothing but a mass of intelligence. He appears to be a living being only in our eyes. In him there does not exist any such notion as can give rise to karma. Consciousness is reflected in consciousness, and the reflection assumes independence. It is a false assumption, not a real existence. And this holy man knows this truth. Even as liquidity is naturally present in water and emptiness in space, this holy man lives in the Supreme Spirit. His is a causeless manifestation, and hence he is known as self-created. He who entertains the foolish notion that I am this body made up of earth is entangled in matter, and you can overpower him. Since this holy man has no such notion, and hence he is truly bodiless, he is beyond your reach. This holy man has never been born. He is pure consciousness that has undergone no change. In the infinite being at the beginning of an epoch, there arises a vibration on account of latent ignorance, and this manifests as diverse beings, as if in a cosmic dream. And involved in this holy man remains pure consciousness.